Bangalore may be a small city, but the impact this tiny dot in the map of India has made in many a field of development and innovations, be in banking, cuisines, transport and other fields, is tremendous. Education rates high among them all, with St. Agnes College shining bright as the lodestar in the celestial body of girls' education, even along the west coast, nay, in India itself. A centre of education, and it is paradoxical to speak of quality education without mentioning St. Agnes College for Women, managed by the Apostolic Carmel Congregation, the pioneers of women's education in this part of the globe. As St. Agnes College marks the completion of 100 years of the empowerment of women through higher education, we exclaim, 100 remarkable years. This was not just an event, but a significant milestone, both to the college and in the field of education. As we step into its 101st year, looking forward to much more excellence, to us at St. Agnes, this is a proud moment to provide you with a glimpse of the meandering journey of St. Agnes College. It is always a small thought, but a big dream that manifests itself into greater action. In the year 1868, Mother Veronica founded the Apostolic Carmel Congregation in France. What was started by her found its way to the Indian soil in 1870, with St. Anne's Convent, Mangalore, as the privileged destination where the education of girls was at its lowest. Girls' education took a new direction, with the Sisters of the Apostolic Carmel spreading their influence in Mangalore and other parts, catering to this greatly felt need of the society. The year 1910 witnessed Mother Helvetia AC becoming the second Superior General of the Apostolic Carmel. She undertook various drives to better the opportunities of education for women. It was in 1921 when Mother Helvetia AC jotted the prologue of her vision in this direction. She wished to empower women with excellent higher education through which they would be emancipated from the evils of ignorance. This vision translated into the foundation of St. Anne's College, which soon turned to what is now known as St. Agnes College. This was the first women's college on the west coast of India, as well as the first Catholic women's college in the country. What started as a prologue with 24 students has now completed a 100 years chapter. 100 years is a long period of time indeed. These many years of glory would not have been achievable if not for the strong foundation laid by Mother Helvetia AC against all odds. Even with lack of support for girls' education and limited resources back in those days, she was determined to empower women through higher education, irrespective of who they were or where they came from. Indeed, it was her dynamism and leadership in education that was acknowledged and recognized by the then administration. The British Government of India awarded her with the Kesar-e-Hind Gold Medal of the first class in the year 1929. She was the first woman recipient of such a prestigious national award. As we look forward to the future, history will keep reminding us of Mother Helvetia, whose grit and resilience will serve as a source of inspiration to us all. At this juncture, it is important to recall the days when St. Agnes College was still in its formative years. 8th February 1914 is marked as a red letter day in our history. It was on that day the foundation of St. Agnes Convent was laid, with the establishment of an English medium secondary school and an elementary school on this campus, then known as the Hullumullu, a dry and arid place in Mangalore. Very soon, a temporary junior intermediate class was started for a small group of 6 students. In April 1920, the University of Madras issued university affiliation to St. Agnes College as a second-grade college. On 2nd July 1921, St. Agnes College was established on its current premises. The dry land has now turned fertile and attractive, with the edifices of knowledge dotting across the campus. The secret of aging with excellence lies in keeping up with the times. As time glided by, the college kept adapting to changes and went on excelling. While study in humanities was provided initially, the year 1933 saw the introduction of the BSc program, and in the year 1972, the introduction of Commerce Studies. As of now, the college provides BA in History, Economics, Political Science, Psychology, Secretarial Practice, office management, English major, journalism and 5 languages: English, Kannada, Hindi, French and Malayalam. BSc now includes physics, chemistry, mathematics, computer science, statistics, botany, zoology and microbiology. And commerce includes BCom regular, BCom with ACCA, BCom with BPS, BCom professional. At the pre-university level, the college offers science, commerce and arts. Science combinations being PCMB, PCMC, PCMS, PCME, PCBH. Under commerce, we have SEBA, BSBA, BEBA, CSBA, CEBA. HEP is offered under arts. Languages offered are English, Kannada, Hindi and French. These subjects were always coupled with value-based education because education at St. Agnes did not aim just at enhancing the intellect but mainly with a blend of building a solid character. Skill enhancing certificate, diploma courses, research work, extension activities are a part of student learning, while faculty development programs enhance it, keeping in mind the contemporary needs of the society and demands of the job market. In 2007, St. Agnes College was conferred the status of autonomy by the UGC, making it possible to start postgraduate programs such as MSc in Psychology, MSc in Clinical Psychology, MA in English, MCom and MSc in Chemistry and also MSc in Big Data Analytics for both men and women, besides continuing programs for women students at the undergraduate level. The college continues to provide quality education to students from all communities and offers merit scholarship to deserving students including first-generation learners. At St. Agnes College, it is understood that education does not mean rote learning. The focus has always remained on modernizing the students' outlook to embrace the advancement of their thinking process in the light of institutional changes in the competitive world. This requires the students to learn not just between the four walls but explore individual merits and talents. Cultural Association, Sports Association, Litwit Literary Club, Kannada Sangha are a few names among the long list of forums that encourage students' participation in extracurricular activities. Looking back at history, the first college day was celebrated in 1925, which was presided over by the collector Mr. Souter. It is noteworthy that from 1930 to 1953, the college had handwritten magazines. In 1954, the first printed version of this magazine was brought out. St. Agnes College has established a harmonious relationship between academic excellence and individual growth. Any student, no matter how intellectual or talented, requires a push, needs a source of inspiration. While the motto of our college, Deus Fortitudo Mea, God is my strength, serves as that vigor, St. Agnes College has let the students encounter greater minds that has held some of the most brilliant thoughts. St. Agnes College hosted the first university extension lecture in Mangalore, which was given by an Ignatian alumna, Miss E.K. Leela, on children's education in 1935. For the first time in history of St. Agnes College, a lady, Begum Sultana Mir Amiruddin, who was an enthusiastic patron of women's education, graced the presidential chair of the college day on 22nd January 1938. St. Agnes College was the only fortunate educational institution in Mangalore to be visited by Mrs. Indira Gandhi on her South India tour on 28 September 1955. In 1996, Mother Teresa, founder of the Missionaries of Charity and a Nobel Peace Prize recipient, graced the occasion of the college's Platinum Jubilee. As the students continue to flock into St. Agnes College for better academic opportunities, they pass by these corridors, sit in these classrooms, walk around the campus. They are reminded that wonderful, strong, resilient women have walked through these spaces and they are here to be a part of that legacy. In the year 1946, the former principal of St. Agnes College, Mother Theodosia, was awarded the Kesar-e-Hind Silver Medal. This was followed by the Padma Shri Award for her contribution in the field of women's education. All the heads of this institution have greatly contributed to the success of our college. Their selfless labor has yielded some of the most cherishable fruits. Ignatians swell with pride even today as they recall the women who nurtured this college to its present state. Today, the college runs efficiently under the wise guidance of Sister Dr. M. Vanessa A.C. and Sister Noreen D'Souza. The college took the initiative of submitting itself to the accreditation process conducted by NAC in 1999 and had the honor of receiving a 5-star grade. In the successive re-accreditation process by NAC in 2005 and 2012, the college earned an A grade. St. Agnes College has also been conferred the title of College of Excellence by the UGC. St. Agnes College is the first college under Mangalore University to receive this recognition. The year 2017 turned into a milestone for the college as we secured an A+ grade from NAC with the CGPA of 3.65 on 4. Apart from national recognition, the college has also been the recipient of the Jimmy and Rosalind Carter Foundation Partnership International Award for its path-breaking work in the field of watershed management in 2006. This is the only one-of-its-kind recognition in India. In the last 100 years, St. Agnes College has witnessed several milestones. The institution has empowered women who have excelled in career in several industries as educators, scientists, chartered accountants, management professionals, and efficient homemakers. But similar to any institution that strives for excellence, St. Agnes has not stepped back in pondering over scopes for improvement. Especially, the 100th year has served as that juncture where we look back and took courage from the resilience the institution has displayed at all times. As we flagged off the centenary year on January 3, 2020, a 5-point program was laid out along with 100 more activities. Little did we know what awaited us in a couple of days with the pandemic. Even though our doors had to be shut down, we found a way to reach every student so that their academic pursuit is not hindered. If there is something that the past 100 years have taught us profoundly, that is resilience. Amidst these disturbing times, we still look forward to a future full of hope and brilliance. By the end of it all, our aim is to empower every student of ours with enhanced quality education and imbibe in them the true value of service and empathy to stand up against every adversity.